Hi guys, Elizabeth here. I'm coming at you today with a video that I thought was going to be a super success video. Unfortunately, as you can tell by the title, it's a woe video. Here's the background. I have a really good friend and I hadn't seen her between Christmas and June. We usually see each other every month, every couple months, but you know, stuff's going on with her life, stuff's going on with mine, the move and everything. So I didn't see her from before Christmas until like towards the end of June. Well, she looked fabulous. Well, I mean, she's always a beautiful woman, but I mean, fabulous. She lost 85 pounds. I'm like, oh my God, how did you do this? I want to know. Well, she had started Adipex the day after Christmas. What Adipex is a brand name for the drug phentermine. Now, there are generics of it. So she had went to, but you do have to have prescribed. And where she lives, you can only get it prescribed for 3 months, off 6, on, for 3 more, off 6. Now, where I live, as long as you're under a doctor's care, you can be on it, continuously. So I saw it. She's like, the 3 months she was on, the drug, she lost 40 pounds. The next 3 months she would lost 45, because what it does, it's called phentermine. What it does is it gives you energy and it takes your focus off food. I was like, oh my gosh, I need that. I am at the point where, to heck with willpower. I've tried willpower. I'm over 100 pounds overweight. And, if it gives me energy and it helps me take my focus off, literally, guys, I can be eating lunch wondering what I'm having for dinner. Okay, so this is, I mean, I don't know if that's weird or a lot of people have that issue, but that's what I'm focused with. Well, I waited till about September before I really got in gear to try it. So I visited my sister in September. I came back, and the next week I got a hold. It's called Fitness Weight Loss. It's in Kentucky. Excuse me. I just did a Sephora play box right before this, and the perfume is still like in the air. Anyway, so I was very excited. We had, you see the nurse, you see the doctor one-on-one, you have an hour and a half, group discussion training or whatever, how to use this drug, what it's going to do for you. And it's like, takes your focus off food. You'll have to remind yourself to eat because it's in your brain. I mean, your body still needs food, so you still have to eat. And so, you're going to have to remind yourself to eat. And also you're going to have, that little spark of energy that you haven't had for a while and stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh, give this stuff to me. I want it. So I take it home. And I've got a generic brand of phentermine. Took it the next day, half a pill in the morning, half a pill at 4 o'clock, because it's supposed to like give you like insomnia or keep you awake. I mean, it's not an amphetamine, it's not an upper, but it kind of gives you that feel. Okay. So I get up, eat breakfast at 9, take a half pill at 10. Eat again at noon, because you're supposed to eat like some protein every 3 hours. 1 o'clock, I am so exhausted. I am so exhausted. I literally go to bed to take a nap for 3 or 4 hours, and I'm tired the rest of the night. I'm like, where's this energy I'm supposed to have? Day 2, same thing. Get up to eat breakfast, and I'm eating protein, a little bit of carbs, because it's not Atkins, it's not high protein, low carbs, but it is kind of, because it's more protein, less carbs. You know what I mean? So the phentermine, the drug, is not what makes you lose weight. The diet, the exercise makes you lose weight. But the drug is supposed to give you energy so you can start your exercise program and, figure your menus and stuff. And the appetite suppressant is supposed to keep you from having cravings and eating chocolate in the middle of the night, which is my life, So, day 2, I take a half one after, an hour after breakfast. And the afternoon one, I take it at like 4, because you have to take it 8 hours before you go to sleep. So, noon, I eat, I eat some protein, a little bit of, fruit or whatever. 1 o'clock, I'm in bed again. I'm so exhausted, I can't stay awake. My husband wakes me up, about 5 or 6 to eat. Yeah, it's stopping me from eating because I'm sleeping my life away. So I woke up, it was about 4 or something. I gave him a call. I was like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to have appetite suppression, which I'm not. There has been no, decrease in my interest in food. And now I am so lethargic, I'm actually taking naps in the afternoon, which I'm not a nap girl. I haven't done that for years, All of a sudden, it's not supposed to give you energy. What? Excuse me, but I just listened to the doctor for 1.5 to 2 freaking hours tell me this was going to give me energy and it was going to, take my focus off food. I was going to have to remind myself to eat. Oh no. So she's like arguing with me. I said, well, that's not what the doctor said. She's like, well, I'll have somebody call you back. Well, they called back 3 days later. In the meantime, I'm still taking it. I'm still tired, but I'm not taking naps because I have life. I need to do stuff. It's just a disaster. So finally, a nurse calls me 3 days later. Oh, well, not everybody gets the energy. Huh? She's like, that's just a side effect. Some people get it, some people don't. It's like, nobody told me this. Nobody said anything like that to me. And I have no appetite suppression. She goes, well, instead of taking half in the morning and half like at 4, because, I'm theoretically going to go to bed at midnight. You have to take it 8 hours beforehand. She's like, take 1 whole pill after lunch, none after breakfast, 1 after, an hour after lunch, and see if that helps curb it. Well, if I'm getting appetite suppressant, I'm unaware of it. So I took it for another couple weeks straight in case you needed to build it up in your body or whatever. And then my husband and I went to Ravenwood Castle for our anniversary. I didn't take it along though. I still was trying to follow the eating plan kind of half-assedly or whatever. So, but it's like, I want to get back there and talk to a doctor. Did I sign up for a placebo program? The only reason I think I may not be on placebo is because I was actually having a reaction falling asleep. So I get there, and this happened the 18th of October. So I get there, and I'm describing again what happens to the, nurse who sees you, because you have to be seen by a doctor. You go and you get seen by a nurse, a doctor, and you get the pills, and it's like $89 all in one, and no insurance doesn't cover it. I did try to talk to my regular doctor about getting phentermine, but he didn't want anything to do with it. Not because he thought it was super dangerous or anything. That's not his area of expertise, and he just assumed I'd go somewhere else. So, he actually suggested another place, and I talked to that place, and they want to do lap bands and meal replacements. I'm like, no, that's not what I want to do. So I get there, talk to the nurse, it's writing all this stuff down. Doctor comes in. It's a different one than what I spoke to before. I guess they have a few different one at this fitness weight loss. All of a sudden, she's like, oh, you've got the Benadryl effect. I'm sitting there going, so you have a name for this. So this happens to people. But at no time during the 2-hour orientation with different, with the doctors and nurses and, everybody's in a room and you're telling them what's going to happen. At no time did anybody say, you might not get the energy. At no time did anybody say, oh, you might get the Benadryl effect that puts you to sleep. It's like, now they're acting like, Well, as we mentioned, you might not get the energy. It's like, no, nobody said squat like that. So then she's like, well, it takes the edge off your appetite. Takes the edge off my appetite? Well, not only does it not do that, but I'm like, what happened to, you'll have to remind yourself to eat. So all of a sudden, from what I signed up with and what the orientation was to the reality is all of a sudden like totally different. So I said, well, she's like, we can give you a different, well, the drug's phentermine, but a different company because they have different binders and stuff in it. And I said, well, isn't phentermine the one that's supposed to be giving me the energy and the appetite suppressant? And she's like, yeah, but sometimes the different binders or whatever affect you. So I said, I'll tell you what. I gave them another 89 smackers. They gave me these pills from a different company. A different generic. I said I would try it one more month. Now, I had lost 5 pounds, mainly because I was trying to half-ass follow the diet. But I'm like, if it's all going to be me and willpower again, I'm not coming to pay you $89. The whole point is this is supposed to give me energy. This is supposed to curb my appetite. So we're trying this new, or the same drug, but from a different generic company. I'll let you know how it goes. I started out as 236 pounds. Weighed there. After a month, it was 231. And like I said, had nothing to do with the drugs. It was all me trying to half-ass follow the diet plan, but the new way of eating plan. But I mean, the whole point is this is supposed to take my focus off food. It's supposed to give me energy, so I start an exercise program. So that's my weight loss woes. Woe is me. But I just had my friends over last night. So starting today, I'm going to see how it goes. And hopefully this new set of pills will help. And I will definitely let you know. So if you've ever tried like phentermine, it's, and got results, good, bad, different, fell asleep, because then I get on the internet and people are like, oh yeah, I was, out like a lion. I was like, yeah, they didn't mention that part. Let me know what happened with you guys. Let me know if you think this is a good idea. Like I said, I've tried willpower for years and it didn't work. So I'm trying something else. Hope it works better. Thanks for listening to me whine. I'll let you know next month whether it got better. Thanks. Bye.